Hello, Dublin. Well, it's good to be back. Last time I was here, a girl asked me for sex. I had to disappoint her. We had sex. Can I just say how slightly disappointing for my ego it is that a lady over there started pissing herself at the idea that somebody might have asked me for sex. That's really not supposed to be the funny bit in that joke, but, you know, nice to see you again, madam. I'd recognise that laugh anywhere. Yeah. Only tonight is slightly less hurtful. Yeah, you know what I mean. But I'm trying to learn to be a more sensitive lover. I got a DVD, How to Improve Your Foreplay Technique. It was really good. Had to fast forward through the boring bit at the beginning, obviously. I don't know why they bothered with that. I'm still a bit shaken up. I was involved in quite a violent mugging the other day. Yeah, but on the plus side, did make a few quid. That's right, swings and roundabouts. That's where it happened. Last night I had to get towed home because Ratty and Moley were too pissed. Wind in the willows joke there. Pretty cutting edge. Pretty down with the kids. Brap, brap, brap. Or whatever it is. But I like to think I've still got it. I took 4 E's last night. That was a tough hand at Scrabble. Uri Geller, surprisingly hard to stab. I like an audience who understand the Uri Geller joke, thank you. I went on a positive thinking course. It was shit. Malcolm X chose that name rather than admit he'd accidentally put a kiss at the end of a text message. I went to see Walt Disney on Ice. Bit disappointing, he's just an old bloke in a freezer. Hope for so much more. President of France said this week that English speakers were arrogant in their refusal to learn foreign languages. At least I think that's what he said. But it all just sounded like haw, hee, haw, hee, haw, hee, haw. I watched the director's cut of a porn film. At the end, he actually fixes the washing machine. A very porn-literate crowd tonight. I wasn't sure about that. Old lady names are very much back in fashion at the moment, like Lily or Elsie or Rose, and we wanted something like that for our daughter, but we couldn't decide, so in the end we just called her Nan. I reckon she'll grow into it. I stopped in a lay-by, there was a sign saying no dumping. That was all right, I was just having a piss. It didn't seem to affect me. My next-door neighbour's really loud and obnoxious, so now I know how Canada feels. And by the way, let's gloss over the irony of an Englishman doing that joke in Ireland, shall we? That would be too much, eh? I went to W.H. Smith's and I got a book of 1,000 raffle tickets for £2.50, which is a bargain, because normally they're £1 a strip. Didn't win. But the recession's been affecting everybody. My brother's tightening his belt a lot at the moment, but then he is a heroin addict. So we can do the dodgy ones tonight as well, can we? That's good. I bought a chocolate bar. On the inside of the wrapper, it said, "You're a loser." You're ahead of me. I wouldn't have minded if there'd been some sort of competition on. To make things worse, it was a boost. Nan would always send us texts saying, please come round, my arthritis is getting worse, but eventually they stopped. So presumably it got better. She's a very traditional woman. She'd only let Grandad have sex through a hole in the sheet. He said he didn't mind too much, but it did get confusing at Halloween. Trick or treat, mister. How may I? Thanks to the efforts of men like my granddad that we don't speak German today, because he single-handedly killed 11 language teachers. Thanks, Grandad. Red sky at night, light of shorter wavelengths is being dissipated by water vapour and atmospheric dust. Red sky in the morning, same. Not as catchy as the original, but a lot more accurate. I'm sitting at home, this guy knocks on my door. Have you ever considered an alternative energy supplier? I'm like, no, I'm quite happy with food. I like to annoy my Israeli flatmate by giving him any post that's just addressed to the occupier. A friend of mine had a penis extension. Now his house looks really stupid. Missing persons register or list of hide-and-seek champions. This morning I went to a meeting of my premature ejaculator support group, but it turns out it's tomorrow. I'm pretty sure some of the guys started clapping before the end of that joke. No, but I did suffer from premature ejaculation, which made me feel selfish and bad for my girlfriend. Then she suggested I try this special cream that reduces your sensitivity. And it really worked, because now I don't give a fuck about her. I've been attending Gamblers Anonymous for 3 years, whereas my best mate Dave, he only stuck it out for 2.5. So I won that one. Dave drowned. So at his funeral, we got him a wreath in the shape of a life belt. Well, it's what he would have wanted. I bought an advent calendar for Jehovah's Witnesses. Behind every door, somebody tells you to fuck off. I went to buy a Christmas tree. The guy said, "Are you going to put it up yourself?" I said, "No, I was thinking the living room." A friend of mine keeps going on and on about how good his orthopaedic shoe is, but I think he's built it up too much. So. I don't like it when you're kissing a girl and you suddenly realise her eyes are open. It's like, shit, she's coming round. I once had a one-night stand and I didn't get an erection. That isn't cool. Luckily, the woman I was with was really understanding and she just said, "Don't worry, that used to happen to me." Because sexual problems are hard for men to talk about. As I said, I suffered from premature ejaculation, but I was too shy, too embarrassed to do anything about it. Eventually screwed up the courage to go and see my doctor, showed her my penis, said, "Look, I'm worried I might be a bit premature." She said, "You certainly are. I'm the receptionist." Dublin, it has been an absolute pleasure playing for you tonight, so thank you very much. I've been Gary Delaney. Good night. Bye-bye. The other day I saw a guy wearing sunglasses indoors, so I went up to him and said, "You pretentious twat," and his dog bit me. My girlfriend's dog died, so to cheer her up, I got her an identical one. She was livid. What am I going to do with 2 dead dogs? She always says that my problem is I never follow through on projects, so I shat on her stamp collection. We're trying for a baby. Her mom's agreed to help out. Just till I get hard. It really didn't need that punchline, did it? You were way ahead of me, you revolting sick people. They always say you'll find the love of your life when you're not really looking, which was true, but by then I'd run her over. Apparently in Norfolk, the marriage guidance service is called Related. Insert the town of your choice for that joke, by the way.